ID Alliance presents this week's short attention span sales tip. Hey everyone, it's Bill Farquharson. Today we are going to talk, good morning. There you go, now you can start. Today we're going to talk about differentiation and what it takes to be different in a business that can be very homogeneous. You know, we're all kind of 1% milk to some extent or another. Our equipment is beige and it uses electricity, and that's pretty much it. So unless you're doing something that nobody else is doing, you're going to fight this quite frequently. Being different when it comes to sales has a lot of chapters to it. When you're making a first-time sales call to someone, being different might be being enthusiastic, might be letting your personality out. It could also be something as simple as diligence. You know, 9 out of 10 times, someone is leaving one voicemail message, a sales rep is leaving one voicemail message and never calling again. You want to be different? Call twice. And what about listening skills? You know, you're in an appointment with someone, you're listening with your entire body, you're looking at someone the way I'm looking at you, and you're nodding and you're paying attention. How many times do we sit and have a conversation with somebody and they're doing this? All right? Just basic, simple stuff. Let's see, what else? Follow-up. Writing a thank you note the same way your parents used to teach you to do after a birthday or Christmas or something like that. Follow-up. It also means, how did the job go? Hey, you were in a trade show that we supplied all the print and the signage. How did it go? People don't do that. This is not revolutionary stuff. This is what your parents taught you, and that's my point. Common courtesies are not common. They are unusual, but by doing those basic things, you will stand out. Okay, let's expand on this a little bit because I want to dig deeper and give you some other ideas. My last name is Farquharson. I can vividly remember being in kindergarten in East Longmeadow, Massachusetts, and my teacher, Mrs. Beach, she used to have us write our names over and over and over again for practice penmanship. So I would write William James Farquharson, William James Farquharson. And I got home one day because you couldn't go out to recess until you've written it down 50 times. And I was always the last one out. And I remember coming home one day and saying to my dad, I hate our name. And I told him why. And he chuckled and he said, let me tell you something. Billy, he said, when people see the name, they'll never forget it. And sure enough, all my life, people have said, oh gosh, I went to college with an Andy Farquharson. I said, oh, that's my brother. Or, you know, you'd say, but John Farquharson. Well, that's my father. I got a phone call once. I was in the war with a John Farquharson. And even my daughters get that every now and then, that they'll say they know somebody with that last name. They don't forget it. It's being different. But this tip really, you know, being different, as I pointed out, is very commonly about doing something ordinary. You know, doing something that your parents taught you to do. That will help to differentiate you. Having manners. I was lucky enough to go to spend my junior year at the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa. And I had a professor there named John Bickley. And Dr. B taught us Yankees Southern manners. And I can't tell you what a difference that makes. When a woman comes to the table and I stand up and I'm the only one standing up, I get a big smile from that woman. And it's in me. You know, or walking on the outside of a sidewalk like my mom taught me. That's just in me. Those are basic, simple things. You know, saying thank you for the order. Just somebody calls up with a reorder. Hey, I appreciate your business. Thank you for engaging me. Thank you for trusting me with your work. These are very common things and they're big differentiators. I think that the value of your message is a big differentiator. Doing that research is a huge differentiator. Differentiation, I want to circle back on that one, on diligence. That's huge. That's huge. Just making that third, fourth, fifth phone call. I will call someone and leave them a few voicemail messages, and I'll point it out. I'll say, listen, this is Bill Farquharson. This is, if you're scoring at home, this is the 4th time I've called. Let me ask you something. How many people leave you 4 voicemail messages? This is how hard I'm working just to get your attention, just to get an appointment. Can you imagine how hard I'm going to work when you become a customer of mine? Now that's a pretty interesting voicemail message. It's different. It's going to get attention. You don't have to go out of your way, I think, to show that you are separate from the others. It's a lot of very simple, basic things. It's good listening. It's good. It's paying attention. It's sending someone something in the mail. It's remembering birthdays. These are all basic, and I think these make just as much of a difference as you getting that brand new piece of amazing equipment. So that's it for today, everybody. Welcome to March. Spring is just around the corner. Happy selling, and we'll talk to you next week.